Hey, what's up, everybody? This is Chris with Digital REM. Welcome back to Live at Lunch. Live at Lunch, Chris with Digital REM. We're currently reading the Tools of Titans, and we're going over the chapter with Scott Belsky. So we're going to go over the interview with Scott Belsky in this video. So before we hop in, while we let people fall up in here, going to go over some of the housekeeping things that have went on with Digital REM. So Digital REM, we did drop the actual ebook for deleting items off your credit report, deleting them negative items off your credit report. The first of the series of three ebooks of deleting negative items from your credit report is available at our store right now. So at our catalog, go to digitalrem.com and you go to the under the store is the catalog where you can see everything we offer, and you will see the credit management ebook that has the deletion portion of the ebook. So it's a 3-series. We plan to do a 3-series of ebook series. So one is deleting negative items from your credit report, so setting a strong foundation. 2 is building your credit report. That's what we're currently working on. So we've actually written that out and we're proofreading that currently. So building a strong credit report out by hitting all of the different data points as far as your utilization, the types of accounts you have, utilization, the types of accounts you have, the payment history, the how long the account has been open, things like that. Hitting those data points and building your profile out to get you up to the 700s and the 800s. So really just growing it like that. Boom. And in the third video will be the actual would be the actual funding ebook that shows you how to leverage your credit and maximize your credit by obtaining credit cards without impacting your credit super tough. So with that being said, we're just going to go over that when we get to that lesson. But right now we're proofreading the actual build your credit profile out, how to build your credit profile out. That is going to be the second book in the series of credit management ebooks. So it's three ebooks in the series, and the first one being deleting negative items off your credit report. The most important one, because it is the foundation, deleting those negative items off your credit report, is available now at digitalrem.com. You can get that in the shop on the catalog. So boom, this ebook, easy read. What else? I think that's all we did on the consulting side. On the production side, we just repurposed our Dream TV scenes. So we redid our scenes so we could transition from scene to scene. That's not something we shared in a video for this lesson, but it's something that we did, that one things that we did throughout this week that got us pretty much one step closer to our goals. So being able to transition throughout these scenes. Before we hop into the book, one more thing I want to point out. We are going to take on a new venture after the credit management portion of the lesson or the curriculum is established, where we get the ebook and we show you the process of getting a strong foundation for your credit that leads into business credit and things like that. Then we're going to segue into production, creating content, creating things that help you get your message out there, help your business get their message out there in the best way. But with that also being said, on the Digital REM side, we are currently seeking a type of warehouse, some type of location, large location like a hangar or something like that, a large location where we can that we can utilize for event spaces. So if you are a realtor or in the market of knowing commercial real estate that is affordable at this point, where I can obtain a large open space, then please let me know. I'm looking for like a warehouse. It'll be nice to have like a receptionist area and kitchen and all that stuff, and bathrooms of course, but bare minimum is a straight up warehouse. Like it can be like a hangar. So again, that's the bare minimum. Definitely I would prefer to have bathrooms, definitely for sure. But with that being said, that's that. And you will see how all of that works together later on down the line. Like I said, I'm getting the credit management portion out of the way, where now you can go, you have all the resources available in our community at digitalrealm.com. You have all the resources available at on demand. So all you have to do is get your membership, get your subscription, and follow the courses where you can do it all yourself. So boom. And that's that. So just pay attention as we go further along the path, so you can see where we're going as far as with the warehouse space, right? So boom, Scott Belsky, let's get to it. Scott Belsky is an entrepreneur. I guess one of the best things he was known for was his co-founded Behance, and that's which was acquired by Adobe in 2012. But Behance is like a if you want to say a artist Instagram or artist, platform where they showcase their portfolios and they showcase their work. So Behance, right? And he's an investor in other tech startups as well. All right, Tim Ferriss asks, what do you believe that others think is insane? And he says, it is essential to get lost and jam up your plans every now and then. It's a source of creativity and perspective. The danger of maps, capable assistance, and planning is that you may end up living your life as planned. If you do, your potential cannot possibly exceed your expectations. So with that being said, I'm really taking from this that you only can, if you make a plan, your plan can only be as big as your brain can understand. Some things are bigger than you can possibly understand maybe at that moment. So really, like he's saying, get lost and jam up your plans. Like getting lost in opportunity, just like, okay, I'm gonna just take on this opportunity. I don't know where this might lead, but I'm gonna take this opportunity on and see where it might take me. It might broaden my perspective to make me see how I can tweak my plans to go to the next level. But if you're limited on your thought or your I wouldn't even say experience, but what you're exposed to through your surroundings or whatever, if you're limited on what you're exposed to, then you don't understand what the super possibilities that are available to you. And I'm trying to think of an example as I say that, but I can only think of people who, let's say you lived in a small country town for most of your life, and your family's family lived, generations have lived here, and your perspective is in a place of, okay, this is what we do. We work on the farm, we do this, do that, and more rural activities. But unless you go to a city and expose yourself to, technology and all this stuff, you can see, there's more opportunities than just, building a bigger barn. I'm just making a goal for a farm, but building a bigger barn for all of our cattle, there are more opportunities out here that I can do something different. I don't have to stay in this bubble now. So exposing yourself by shaking it up, like taking on opportunities or taking on things that you wouldn't really, I wouldn't say, hey, wouldn't have taken on, but really just shaking it up at the end of the day. Just shaking it up and keeping you on your toes, just keeping you on your toes. You get creative with coming up with ideas to fulfill your goals and things like that, because it's not something that's planned, it's something that's like impromptu. So now you have to be creative with, the task. Let's continue on. How else failure set you up for later success? The hardest decisions to make in business are those that disappoint people you care about. One of the biggest mistakes I made in the early days of Behance was doing too many things. We had multiple products in market, multiple business lines, and our energy was divided across too many things. It all came to head. We were running out of time. Well, this 5 years down the line, it all came to head. We were running out of time and needed to focus on one thing. I shut down a number of projects, including our popular task management application, and disappointed thousands of customers. But doing so allowed our team to focus on building a product that ultimately reached many millions of creative people around the world. So at the end of the day, even kind of like I'm tempted. I'm gonna say, because I'm being transparent. Some days I feel like, man, is Digital Rim taking on too many tasks at one time? Are we taking on too many tasks at one time? And some might feel that way, and that's kind of where I definitely took a step back. Like, okay, I won't be able to actually be able actually to do all of these things by myself, because I'm only one person. Until we build up a team, I won't be able to do this all at one time. So what's the most important thing that we can do? And one of the most important things that we can do now is document the process of how to for you to achieve what we do. So documenting the process being in these ebooks, like in these videos, how I achieve what I'm doing. Now you can follow the steps along to achieve the same thing. So now we're able to document this process and share it with you, so you will be able to avoid any pitfalls that might happen. You know, a better chance of avoiding pitfalls that might happen, right? So in essence, I'm just bringing up to say that's my way of shutting down certain things. Like, I don't, you know, as far as, let's say, credit management, do I want to put production off to focus solely on credit management? No, not necessarily, because everybody who knows me know I'm more gifted in the production side. So I wouldn't put my gift aside to fulfill one thing, but I know that credit management is very important for all of my clients and all of the people who previously were reaching out to me like, oh, can I do this project, but they didn't have the funds to do those projects. Now showing them the process of establishing a strong foundation through ebooks, through videos, through things like that. So now you can establish your foundation, and hopefully, instead of, you know, once your foundation is established and you have 800 credit score and you have business credit, you keep your eye on the prize and don't, you know, go ball out, but necessarily be like, oh, now let me get my content going so I can generate my business. Let me market my business. Let me do, you know, and continue down the line of growth. You know, I've noticed that some people find it tempting when your credit score gets good to go out and start to ball out. You know, you probably like to have the YOLO lifestyle. But again, for all the ones that are coming through that establish that strong foundation, they understand that's a strong foundation to your business, so you can leverage that to run your business, and then your business pretty much generates income by utilizing production production techniques that I share on the production side. So boom. So with that being a long story short, creating a process, documenting a process that I can give to you, and I don't have to, you know, I can keep my focus on the main thing that I really want you to have, as far as for Digital Rim, right? I think that's necessary, but again, I don't. That credit management is not the focus of the company, but it is something that's necessary as far as establishing a strong foundation for your business. All right. Sometimes you need to stop doing things you love in order to nurture the one thing that matters most. So he ends off with that. Sometimes you need to stop doing the things you love, being the production side. Stop doing the 3D graphics. Stop doing the virtual reality. Stop that for a second. Stop doing all of that for a second, just to give your clients or the people, your community, give them access to be able to obtain the things that you're providing on the virtual reality, all of this production side, all of this that you can provide, giving them the resources to set a foundation for a business that can utilize those types of technologies, the same types of technologies that these big corporations are utilizing and marketing and making a lot of money off of. Doing the same thing for the person who's just starting off. So starting off with your personal credit, then establishing a business credit, then moving on to creating content to grow your business, and then finding avenues where you can utilize different types of technology. So again, Digital Rim is the production side, but again, it's very important to have the actual consulting side, the business side in place so you can utilize the production side. So with me, back to what I was saying, with me putting the production side down for a second, creating content libraries for the community so y'all can tap in, get your free membership, get the ebooks, get the templates and things like that. And then now we can go back to the production side, like, oh, now that you have your business started, you can use this to visualize homes. We can create a virtual set or a virtual room where you can visualize what this home might look like. That's just an example. You can visualize what this home might look like, so on and so forth. So that's just a small example, right? All right. Tim Ferriss asks, the worst advice you hear being given often, right? And he says, look for patterns. That's his word. That's the worst advice he says has been given often. Most people forget that innovation and investing in innovation is a business of exception. So again, he's referring back to, like, a lot of people look for patterns. Like, if a business is growing, they're looking at their past books, like how much their quarterly sales and things like that. They're looking at the past and seeing, okay, their trajectory is their trend is looking like this. Their trajectory look like it's going up. It's backward on camera, so I guess it's this way for y'all. But their trajectories look like it's going up. We're going to invest. But with what he's saying with innovation, when it's new ideas, new technology, things that haven't been thought of, things that can't be planned, it's an exception to the rule when it comes to business, because it's just an exception to the rule. He didn't go explain more about that, but I think you understand it's definitely an exception to the rule. It's the early adopters who, that end up buying a Tesla when it's, below $20 because it was an exception to the rule, and it was an innovative thing. Then, of course, the early investors get the maximum results, but they also get have the maximum risk as well. So that's that. But that's with innovation. So just being in tune with technology and the trajectory of technology as a whole makes it a little less intimidating as far as investing in innovation. He says, I try to learn from the past without being inspired by it. My big question is always, what did they try and why did it work? When I hear stories of success and failure, I look at little things that made a big difference. What conventional wisdom was shunned? I avoid using the past success as a proxy for the future. After all, the dirty little secrets is that every success story was almost a failure. Timing and uncontrollable circumstances play more of a role than any of us care to admit. Perhaps the greatest lesson from the past is how important it is to be inspired by things that surprise us. When I come across quirky business models in an unpopular space, I try to find a fascinating thread worth pulling. I challenge myself to stop comparing what I learned in the past, comparing what I learned to the past. If you only look for patterns of the past, you won't venture far. So again, that's kind of tying back to what we were saying about the farm. Like, if you live on a farm and you're only exposed to so much, it's hard to fathom what's possible. So again, he really taps into that, I think, with this whole thing, this whole paragraph I just read, right? So, advice to your 30-year-old self. In the wrong environment, your creativity is compromised. And I'm definitely a big proponent of that. I'm a very creative person, and in the right environment, you become more creative. You get more creative energy, if you want to call it siphoned to you, but it's very contagious when you have a lot of creative people in the same area working on the same project, or bouncing ideas off of each other. So again, it's very contagious, in another word, creativity. So in the wrong environment, your creativity is compromised. So again, he's saying in the wrong environment, you might be stifling your creativity. It depends on who you are around and who you're hanging around. What will you put on a billboard? It's not about ideas, it's about making ideas happen. I put it on every college campus in the world. In our youth, we are wonderfully creative and idealistic, Truth is, young creative minds don't need more ideas. They need to take more responsibility with the ideas they already got. So I think that's self-explanatory. Like, it's not about ideas, it's about making ideas happen, doing that one thing that takes you closer to your goals, as I always say. And that's a consistent thing around across the board with everybody in this book. So boom, that is, what's his name again? Can't leave off without knowing his name. Let's say his name one more time. Scott Belsky. So Scott Belsky, that is Scott Belsky. Very inspirational chapter. Kind of aligns you back to and get you back into the creative mode and doing something that, you know, or inspires you to do something that takes you closer to your goals every day, and kind of even going into doing something, being open to the possibilities of the day, and not necessarily plan, like have a trajectory where you want to go, but then, you know, you might be stifling yourself by just the exposure that you have. There might be possibilities there just through exposure that you just don't understand. And again, the ultimate goal, even with the credit, the ebooks and things like that, is to give you exposure. Even not even just on the credit management, but even to give you on production side, just expose you to, you know, 3D production, virtual reality production, augmented reality production, motion graphics production, creating content, live content production, all it is exposing you to that so you can see what's even possible. So at the end of the day, the first thing that's important is to just be exposed to what you want to do, because you don't even know you want to do it until you're exposed to see it's a thing that can be done. So with that being said, I hope y'all enjoyed this video, this live at lunch. I keep looking down because I'm trying to pause our Dream TV lineup. And if you are not part of the Digital REM community yet, make sure you go to digitalrem.com and go to Dream TV and sign up for your free membership. It's free. So sign up for your free membership at digitalrem.com and get your free membership where you can see Dream TV. And if you're on IG or watching me on anything else, you can click the link above. I couldn't even get that out for a second, but you can click the link above. It's my link tree where you can see, you know, where you can push the button, and there's a Dream TV button like right smack in the center, so you can see how to get the Dream TV that way as well. So Dream TV, what is Dream TV? Dream TV consists of all the video content that we created for all the libraries that we currently have, all the videos. The only caveat is the videos for the free membership, well, not even for the free membership, but the videos on Dream TV lineup are all shuffled. So it's all shuffled. They're coming in all different directions. You're getting production, you're getting consulting, you're getting inspiration, you're getting all of this different stuff back to back to back, right? But when you get your membership, you do get access to the actual some of the actual course libraries where you can go, you know, step by step and watch videos on demand as they're in the order that they're supposed to be watched. So you can do it that way. But again, the Dream TV lineup on Dream TV gives you access to, you know, just to see like, oh, this is what they kind of offer in their in the consulting, in the course libraries and things like that. And then also, it's a free time. If you see a video you like that you could get game from, take notes because you caught it at a good time. We currently have a lineup with over 100 videos. So if you find a video that you know really sparks your interest, make sure you take notes, take game, and, you know, if you want to run with it, run with it. But if you want to get your subscription or get your membership and get access to that video library where you can watch it on demand, then do it that way as well. So it's really up to you. At the end of the day, we're trying to drop the free game for everybody to have. So at the end of the day, you know, we want you to have a strong foundation to build your business as well. So with that being said, do that one thing that takes you closer to your goals today. Do that one thing that takes you closer to your goals today. Chris, what are you going to do? Well, the goal is to make the actual buttons that will go in Dream TV on the Dream TV page, on the Dream TV Twitch page, on the Dream TV Twitch page that will link to the server, our Digital REM server. So that is going to be available as well. After that, we will start to build out the actual we already working on a graphics package template for the community, so we will be working on that as well. Oh, with that being said, if there are any developers out there that have experience with JSON, please send me a message, drop a DM or whatever, drop a comment, whatever you have to do. But if you have experience with JSON and JavaScript, please drop that link in below for web development. So I'm really looking for a web developer or a developer who has experience in those areas. Boom. Yeah. But that's going to be for the graphics templates and stuff like that. So boom. Also, yeah, we're just gonna leave it there. At the end of the day, after that, we're gonna start to build out our website some more. So building out our website, now that we have things to click on, we're gonna start to make our engagement a little better on the website. And then after that, we are gonna also start to create the email campaigns for all the people who sign up and things like that. So making it a lot more user focused or customer friendly as far as the engagement. So when people engage with us, we're able to engage back. So just like that. And we're documenting this whole process. So this is all of this stuff. Most of this stuff, I'm not gonna say all of this stuff because some of it has personal information, but most of this stuff is gonna be part of the curriculum in the Digital REM community, in the Digital REM content library. So most of it's gonna be part of the curriculum, just like you saw how we showed you how to embed your live stream into your website. Same thing. We're gonna make videos to do these processes as well, and that's gonna be available to the community so you can replicate what we did. So boom. But at the end of the day, like I said, do that one thing that takes you closer to your goal, like I always say. And if you know anybody who knows of any warehouse or commercial real estate where we can build an actual production studio, please let me know. And hey, y'all have a good day. Stay blessed. Later, y'all. Peace.